stop or anything? Just thinking about that. I didn't tell
Oh, Wilson, how it was just packed, both sides of Windsor
Yeah,
Avenue
talk
in
about that
Wilson,
because I don't think I didn't think I mentioned that in
and
there.
double Dutch
Yes.
in the morning. Okay,
Yes.
let's do this.
Yes. Let's just start with you saying your name and maybe how long you've lived in Windsor or how long your family's been here.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, my name is Desiree Primus. Grew up in Wilson. My family lived in Windsor for over 60 years. They both passed, but Windsor has always been a home to me. I've lived in other places, but I just love Windsor. We're like a community. Um, what can I tell you? I went to Windsor High School. We're filming here at the community center, but it used to be LP Wilson Junior High School. Windsor had two junior high schools at the time. I'm looking, my favorite teacher from Windsor High School, I had several. So that would be Mary Alexander, who taught history, Lori Costa, and it's her birthday today. Um, she taught English, literature, and hold on, the librarian, Miss Jennings at the time, but she's now Struthers, and she taught at Roger Walcott School and Clover.
And so you went to Roger Wolcott and Clover?
Well, she taught at both of those
Oh.
schools.
And which schools did you go to?
Roger Walcott.
Did you go to LP Wilson?
Yes, so it was Roger Walcott, then LP Wilson, and then Windsor High School.
And who was your friend here?
This is Biggie Smalls. My dog, he's from Brooklyn. He's a Yorkie. He's 4 months old. He does have a Napoleonic complex. All right. I also have to say, I have a twin brother. So we both were at Roger Walcott. Some of our classes we were in together. Let's see. I would say my father, Clifford Primus, Congressional Medal of Honor winner or recipient for being one of the first black Marines in World War II. Combat Division, first black combat division. His brother was a Tuskegee Airman, so two Congressional Medal recipients in one family, which is very rare. Um,
What's his brother's name?
Dr. J. Primus. Okay. Um, so there's also the connection with the Primuses or the Primuses in Hartford. The Hartford Heritage Project and the Rebecca Primus Project is what I'm involved with right now. And it's just a lot. Rebecca Primus was one of the first black teachers in Hartford, school teachers, and then she founded a school in Maryland called the Primus Institute. So there's lots of scholarship on Rebecca Primus. And with the Hartford Heritage Project, which is going on with Trinity College and Capital Community College, um, it's just phenomenal involving the Underground Railroad. So I'm reading all this literature and we're going to make it where it's attractive, fun, and accessible for everyone because we just need to know our history.
Can you tell us how you're related to Rebecca?
See, that's the thing. I really don't know. I really don't know. So I have cousins. They're reaching out to me. They have photographs of Rebecca Primus and her father, Holden Primus. So we're all going to piece it together. My family, it's just, and then there's that part with Pearl Primus, the famous dancer, with the Trinidad roots. So we're going back with the slavery connection. There's a whole branch of family members from Trinidad. And then with my mother's side, there's a branch of the family from Tennessee, but there's that whole, the Chinese part of our family. So they have these family reunions with both sides, and it's just fascinating. So I'm uncovering this, and it's a lot, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, I was working on not your genealogy, but like you mentioned Rebecca Primus, and so I had to do all this reading on her. And I
Yes,
couldn't
yes,
stop. I was like, dude, she's fascinating.
right.
Um, um, so your father, Clifford Primus, he grew up in Windsor, or
He originally is from Daytona Beach, Florida, and he lived not far from Mary Bethune, from Bethune Cookman. And as you know, she was part of that whole black cabinet. and he would see Eleanor Roosevelt like right on the porch, and he was her paper boy. Bethunes. And so she would see my family members and she would yell out, "What are your goals today?" So it was like all of this pride. If you're a Primus, you have to have pride. So I just want to share the stories and just make it meaningful, involve the art. I teach at Sand School. So a lot of the students, they don't really know a lot of the history. So we're involved in the Carrie Saxon Perry mural. Carrie Saxon Perry, first African female mayor. So there's a lot going on. I want my students to be empowered, to look and say, I can do this. Because that neighborhood, as there's a lot of poverty, but there's also pride. So that's me in a nutshell.
I got a good one. Clifford and Memorial Day. This was maybe 3-4 years ago.
Thank you. He was the marshal in our Memorial Day parade. I went to a town council meeting. I told him about my father. They were like, never heard of him. Don't know anything about it. So I was also a member of the Human Relation Commission in Windsor. And we told the story, and then we just made things happen with the recognition. And we want to also do other things as well. So you'll hear more about that.
Okay. Yeah, we have the Historical Society is doing a Veterans Photo Share here at the Senior Center in November around Veterans Day. So it'd be really cool if we got any stories if you wanted to share them. That would be awesome.
Sure, I would love to. He's been interviewed, Windsor Journal. We have the recording. He did pass 2 years ago. He was also interviewed at Central Connecticut State University with the project there. So I was always pushing for my dad he got honored like at age 89. So he kept that history private. There's some bitterness, but there's also pride. So. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. A pleasure.